You know the Red Wings won again.
You know the Pistons won again.
You know the Lions won again.
You know the Tigers won again. When they signed this motherfucker 1 year, $10.5 million. It's a bridge deal. But I'm gassed.
It avoids arbitration.
It does.
It gets him on the roster for another season, and it avoids a situation like Javi Baez where you have one season of good production, make a bag, and all of a sudden you're shit.
Good production, Javi Baez. But great production from Tarek Skubal. Love the kid. Will always love him, even if he goes somewhere else, unfortunately. But I will still love him.
He's got love from the city.
He does.
He's got it.
He also yells, "Shut the fuck up."
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Cleveland.
At Cleveland.
Tony,
Tarek Daniel.
can the Red Wings keep it going, even potentially beat the Panthers?
Can they? Yes. Will they? I don't know. So the Panthers are the tale of two teams right now. Team that looks like they're going to contend for the Stanley Cup again, and a team that also looks like they've had to replace 100% of their depth beyond the second line for their forwards, and sometimes is uncoordinated as hell because your goalie is Spencer Knight, and that guy looks like a Quap character. He is not a real human.
Nah, Quap is
That guy
crazy.
is not real. Anyway.
That Quap reference is crazy.
Quack, quack, quack.
Quickly going over the games we have on the docket. The things that'll happen before this episode airs. San Jose, Tuesday the 14th. Florida, Thursday the 16th. Then we have Tampa Bay the 18th in Tampa Bay. Dallas the 19th in Dallas. Philly the 21st in Philly. And Montreal the 23rd at home. A little bit of a road stretch here, which makes sense because we've had a lot of games at home the last month or so. If anybody is going to break this winning streak, it's probably going to be the Panthers first. And if they don't do it, the next most likely odds are the Dallas Stars. The Red Wings and the Dallas Stars right now both have the highest active win streaks in the NHL, both at 7 games. Dallas is really fucking good. They scare me. Tampa does not. Congratulations, you replaced Steven Stamkos with Jake Gensel.
Yay!
He'll be good when the playoffs come around, but Nikita Kucherov is still your showrunner, and his hot start has tapered off. So
His hot start is a solid 6 on the oven.
So
Yeah.
between the Lightning, Stars, Flyers, and Habs, in those 4 games, what would you expect their record to be? What would you expect? What's an ideal? What's
3-1.
3-1?
You're not fucking losing to. You're not losing to Philly. You're sure as shit not losing to Montreal, because you lost to them twice before Lalonde goes away. And you get McClellan in. You're not fucking losing to those guys again. You're not. This team, with how last season ended, the 2 games winning against Montreal, and then the end of Lalonde's tenure being 2 straight losses to Montreal, you're not fucking losing to this team again. I don't care if you got Cole Caulfield, Nick Suzuki, Yaroslav Slavkovsky, whatever the fuck that kid's name is, Patrick Laine, Chris Paul, Jake Paul, Logan Paul, Lakers in 5. I don't care. This has become personal. It is now their 3rd game playing each other this year. 5th in the last 2 years that genuinely fucking matters. And it's interdivisional. Let's keep in mind that the Bruins having fallen to where they are, Montreal is ahead of us contending for a wild card spot. Not for fucking long, you're not.
Not for long.
It's
Not happening.
that Montreal game is going to be a fucking show out. It should also be said the Red Wings have a power play goal in 8 straight games. The Habs, I think, are middle of the ground or middle of the field for taking penalties in the NHL per game, but you give up one, that's all they need. Mm-hmm. Alex DeBrincat scored on the power play against Seattle in fucking 4 seconds. Shut up.
Where does the nickname Habs come from?
I wish I knew. It's French.
A made-up language.
Habitation.
Yeah, pretty sure that's what it is. Yeah, it's
That's just tap. That's habitat.
Home.
It's Habby something or other in French.
Oh.
And
Home.
I have no fucking idea.
Montreal
Zach's
Homes.
Googling it right now. I think it's something in French.
Their nickname is the Habs, short for the French habitants, early settlers in Quebec from France.
See, you were mostly right. And then I agreed with you.
I just pulled that out my ass.
See? And you were right.
Habitación is a real word, but that's Spanish.
is.
Yeah, Spanish.
Yeah, but it was like,
I mean, they're
they're like sister languages.
yeah, they are
Yeah.
sister languages.
They all stem from Latin.
Anyway,
They're the romance
It's a
language.
romance. We love romance.
the Red
Not a
Wings
bad one, though.
this next week will most likely have the winning streak end. And that's okay. Because that means under
muy
Todd
bonita.
McClellan, they have the potential to... Oh,
Glovia's having a monologue moment.
I missed every word of that.
So did I until you said, ow.
I just heard... Oh.
Ugh.
Get your money up, not your funny up.
That sounded like a cat. That sounded like you were hawking up something.
Anyways,
Yeah, let's move on.
Colby, can the Pistons make a push to be a 4 or 5 seed?
As long as they got Cade Cunningham, yes.
I was going to say, can I have my word?
Yes. They got all the role players they need for that man to just work the floor.
Let him
Their
cook.
their next 3 games after this video goes up is the Suns at home on Saturday the 18th. Then they travel to Houston to take on the Rockets on the 20th. Then they travel to Atlanta to take on the Hawks. The Hawks,
The Hawk.
Rockets, and Suns are all solid teams currently. Again, for reference, Pistons currently 20-19, Suns currently 19-19, Rockets 25-12, and the Hawks 19-19.
All winnable games.
All winnable games, but it's also a hard stretch, and it's one of those moments where you kind of can see late in the season if this team is actual playoff contenders or if they've just kind of had a hot streak and they're gonna come back down to earth. Because
Yeah.
if it's come back down to earth, then they go 0-3 in this stretch and they look miserable again. 1 and 2, you're probably thinking, okay, maybe that hot streak was a little bit of a mirage. And 2-1, 3-0, you're like, this team contenders. They're a real team this year. Confusion?
Oh.
Yeah, bro. Your ones look like 2s over there.
What?
Where it says Michigan, that looks like 22.
No, that's how I write my ones, so I read it.
Oh, I see what you're saying now.
I get what you mean.
I will say I do see it
I
more
understand it was quick.
like
Nah, bro. What is that? The 21, bro?
yeah.
You got just a straight line and then you do this?
No, I know.
What's
That-
9 plus 10?
I will say I do see it going 2-1 more than 3-0 just because it's gonna be a tough stretch.
Yeah.
You're going into
Again,
Atlanta's
this is
the
a
last
Pistons team
Yeah,
that's
Trae
not
Young
like
pretty good.
the best yet. They're still working their way up to being really good.
So
I mean, if they had Jay and Ivy,
It's a different ball game.
Yeah.
Different ball game. But I see more 2-1 than 3-0.
I see them. I could see a universe where they drop the Atlanta game. Again, they should probably win, but
I
Fucking nerds.
don't think they're gonna go winless. I don't think they go undefeated. I think 2-1.
I think 2-1's gonna be the.
I'm
most
happy
likely.
with the middle of the pack ending.
let's
Yeah.
trade for Brandon Ingram. What?
What? Who
Trade for
said
Jimmy
that?
Buckets? What?
Samuel. Let's talk about the
Keem Johnson,
Lartons.
The Lartons. Oh lord.
They got
Oh, Lord.
So yep, I got it
got
right.
some conference play. How do you think we're gonna shake out here in this little 2-game stretch that they got?
So we got the Illinois Fighting Illini.
Dumbass mascot.
They are unranked. Actually, we got 2 unranked. We don't play someone ranked for quite a while.
Hooray.
When we play UCLA, when they're ranked 1.
Ookla?
Oogla?
It,
I had no
Should
business
be-
finding that as funny as I did.
I don't want to say a handy win, especially since we lost to Nebraska and they're unranked. But it should be pretty good game. Should probably win. Then we face Penn State. Don't know their record off the top of my head.
They're not bad, but they're not great.
They're not ranked, just
There you
like
go.
Michigan.
You want to throw fucking shade,
The
buddy?
Wolverines.
Before the segment you and I got to do together, you want to throw some fucking
I'm
shade,
egging
bud?
it on, buddy.
I'm about to hit that Henry Cavill like arm reload.
Just wait till the women's basketball team goes on the 3-game stretch that Michigan had to
Oh,
go on.
Just wait.
But yeah, we got a,
Oh, no, this is fucked.
I would say a pretty easy, quote unquote, easy stretch until
what's going on?
UCLA, all the way in February. But
What the fuck?
Yeah, y'all got. Let's talk at the end of February when y'all got basically the same 3-game stretch that we had.
yeah,
We got UCLA, USC, you got Indiana, then Ohio State. So
Talk your shit after you get hit.
yeah,
Bitch.
let's talk after that one.
yeah, we'll
But-
talk, but I'm gonna talk right now, and I'm gonna talk my shit.
Oh,
Banter.
I skipped something. We'll get back to that. Sam, or no, sorry, Colby.
Colbert.
Michigan State taking on their first ranked opponent since North Carolina all the way back in November. Their first, arguably, true test in a while. How do you think they face out and handle that competition?
The motherfucker's swinging that rock, bro.
Oh.
It's just, I mean, that's kind of what this team has been. It's been very team ball, very who's open, what's the play, not I'm gonna take my shot. More often than not, it's Jaden Akins. I mean, but he's your senior alpha dog that he's supposed to be. I mean, 14.1 points a game. Not alpha dog, but that's Spartan dog.
Pretty good, pretty good, pretty good.
That's
Um,
pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, this is definitely going to be the biggest test by far. I don't even think this is going to be a bigger test than UNC, more than likely. This is a team that's probably going to compete for the Big Ten, along with us, Michigan, Oregon, maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be a good test. It's going to be a much closer game than these past couple games have been for the Spartans, but I think we'll pull away with a win here. I just think the team's too deep. The talent on this roster is too deep for Illinois' backups to handle. I mean, once you have Cohen Carr, Chase Richardson, Xavier Booker out there, you don't have that many dogs going that deep on a lot of teams in the nation.
So, gentlemen, mini mitts off. Maybe we might even see some mitts off in these 2 games.
I sure fucking
Michigan.
hope so. I hope my team beats the shit out
Michigan
of
State
Not fucking
hockey,
happening, buddy.
gentlemen. Let's break it down a little bit. Let's
Number
let's
one
get
in the
some-
nation.
Number 1 in the nation. That's cute. Who do you have behind Isaac Howard scoring goals?
We got Carson
Savage.
Dorwart.
Red
Who?
Savage.
Carson Dorwart.
Who?
Red
I heard
Savage.
Irrelevant.
Motherfucker, I said his name like 3 times last week.
Irrelevant. Here's the thing,
This
brother.
is the thing they take. They just go. They move goalposts. Okay, that's what they do. Moving the
What goalpost has been moved?
Yeah, what actually just happened?
What? What?
The goalpost in Neyland Stadium.
Those were moved.
Yeah.
Not in Columbus, like all those Tennessee fans said that was gonna happen.
Did they try it again?
Tough.
No, but they
Got blown out.
Oh yeah. But I guess I'll try. Disrespectful. Be like, nah, we taking this with us.
Anyways, hockey.
hockey. Yes.
Puck, ice, stick,
Ice hockey.
goal.
You're gonna talk to me
Wall.
about? Oh yeah, we have guys behind Isaac Howard. You're looking at a U of M team
And I
that
just
has
gotta
been
prep
built
Sam 'cause I know what's
behind
coming.
stars that have already left to go
I'm just gonna
play
let
pro.
Tony take
These are
this
the
one
guys
and
that are next
hands off
up,
the wheel.
and they've been schmoovin'. They haven't won it. They haven't won the Frozen Four yet, but with those big guys, they made moves. That depth played a big part.
For my notebook.
Oh, I thought you were about to
I
make
was
a
li- I
really
thought he was-
funny joke. I thought you were winding up for
Oh,
something.
he's looking for a
It's on the table behind you.
tisk tisk.
Unprepared, Baba.
I thought I had it with me.
All I'm gonna say is, I think you heavily underestimate how close these games are gonna be.
Oh, I think it's
Obviously,
gonna be
being
close.
number 1 in the nation is going to give you an advantage.
Sam's about to write the death note real quick. That's what he's doing, bro's prepping it.
No, gives you an advantage being number 1 in the nation, having
Said, "Where's
an
my
incredible
pad?"
goalie, an incredible goal scorer, and decent depth. That's good. You ain't beating this motherfucking team.
One game's in Ann Arbor, one's in East Lansing, correct?
Yes, East Lansing, I believe, is second.
Yep,
I
it
think
is
they're in Ann
second.
Arbor first.
It's second, and it's whiteouts.
Ooh.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, what do you know about the brother of Adam Fantilli, Luca? What you know about him?
Who?
Eh.
Sorry, Sam. I had to. You gotta stand up for yourself.
First time I said a name, you had me.
Oh.
He wrote down his name.
No fucking way.
Got the
dude.
death note. Who?
You said the death note? No, that's foul. Put your goofy ass notebook away, Bubba.
Shit.
No, are there
Owen
any
Powers?
Are there any super standout names on this U of M roster? Not really. Tyler Duke's been around a minute. He's pretty good. It's mainly guys who have played depth or have transferred in from different schools after all the big guys left. Which is why these two back-to-back dubs against your goofy-ass Spartans is going to make this Frozen 4 semifinal matchup so much more eventful. Just you wait. They ain't going to be number one by the end of the weekend.
We gonna
Michigan's
say
going to jump up them rankings. We're going to be against each other in the semis for the Frozen 4.
Where
It's gonna be
are
great.
they ranked right now? Like genuinely.
I think 7 or 8, something like that.
Not bad. Not bad.
They might have fallen further than 7 because of the loss to Notre Dame, but they're still top 10, I believe.
All right. All right.
All right, gentlemen, let's take a step back from cooking each other. I think it's time to cook up some bets. Take another step into the kitchen.
Fuck you.
All right.
Well,
Oh, that's how an Irishman says, "I love you."
Let's take another step into
Wanka.
take another step into the kitchen. Tony.
All right. We're going to keep this short and sweet. I have 2 parlays. I've got a 6-pick for the Lions Commies game. That was smooth. I got Lions money line, +3 passing touchdowns for Jared Goff, plus 275 yards for Jared Goff. Sam Laporta anytime TD, Jahmyr Gibbs anytime TD, over 55.5 total points. I think the Lions going into this game are going to, if they have members of their defense back from injury, they're going to be resting them for a good part of this game. I don't think the Commies are a real threat. We'll get to that later.
I'll dispute your over once we get to the Lions section because
Okay.
I got some statistics that prove that we're probably not touching that over.
All right. Well, I look forward to hearing it. And then I've got my pray to God parlay. My bracket's already shot to shit. I got a 2-legger. Here we go. I got the Bills over Ravens. Not unrealistic.
No, you did not pick. No,
I got the Texans over the Chiefs, boys.
you're crazy.
I sure am. And I'm happy with that.
Voodoo
Texans
magic.
took down the Chargers. Nobody expected, and it was not a close game. I think this could be fun. I want to see C.J. Stroud become the villain. I want to watch him take down, or the ultimate hero, depending on how you look at it. Take out Patty Mahomes before you can win a playoff game this year.
That feels very much like The Dark
Pipe
Knight
dream.
when with Bane. When
Oh, it's a motherfucking Disney movie.
no. When he was getting into the ship, when Gordon was like talking to him. I don't remember the lines.
Sometimes it's just putting a coat
Around
over
it,
boy's
yeah.
shoulders.
Yeah, that's what CJ Stroud's about to turn into. I just got a quick little 3-leg parlay.
Here you go now.
Quick and nice and simple. Lions money line, Chiefs money line. Give me the Ravens money line.
Okay.
Oh,
Those 3. That's what I got.
I got the same thing, but I got Bills money line over Ravens.
So bound to be a winner, right here.
I'll be 1 out of 2, 1 out of 2.
I got the same thing as Zach, but
Unless I
got
fuck up
another
both
one.
of you.
Got another parlay. Detroit money line, Tim Patrick Tutty.
You love that. I'm such a fan of that.
Man. A mad man.
Dude, I'm such a fan of that. I love that for you.
Fuck it, why not?
Yeah,
Dollar
and
wins before 410.
What you know about the jump ball specialist?
Well,
I think we're gonna pull some crazy wacky shit. Low key.
before we get to the Lions and talking about that game, we do still have some Michigan sports to talk about. So we're going to go back into women's basketball where they have 2 games 2 games. They take on Rutgers, 8-9 Rutgers. Should be a quick, easy dub.
There you go.
Not going to be nice and honest with you about that one. Then they got a tough matchup. Travel to Minnesota to take on the 16-1 Golden Gophers.
That's going to be a big game.
It's a big game, big
What is
test.
Michigan's record as of right now?
11-5.
Okay.
Currently 11-5. That's a big test before the 25th. We got some more Michigan State to talk about because on the 25th, good old Sparty will be traveling down to Ann Arbor. But that's for next week's preview.
Yeah,
Might just be. It might be for a potential Mets off.
But
You never know.
this is
not
can-
gonna be able to talk women's basketball.
You think I can talk
We're
hockey?
gonna have-
I just looked at this roster and didn't recognize more than 2 dudes.
to correct
Clearly
the
was not
storm
recognizing
to
because I
get back
researched
on the right way. You want to go 2-0 here, but with how Minnesota's been looking, obviously just record wise, it's gonna be tough. And you're traveling to Minnesota, where again it's a very hard place to play. So, hoping you can go undefeated in that stretch, but we shall see. On the flip side, the men only have 1 game in between this preview and the review coming up. So, and that is against Northwestern. And as we were kind of talking about with Michigan State, they're a pesky team in the Big Ten.
Yeah, they're fucking annoying.
They are never truly good. They make appearance every once in a while in the NCAA tournament as an 8-9.
They're
even
like
10
they're like
seed.
the spoiler makers of college basketball.
They're the Spoilermakers of college basketball, but they're not the Spoilermakers as in they get the job done. They're like, fuck, they're going to give me a heart attack and make me watch this game the whole way through.
Shit, I'm going to be invested in this
Yeah.
until fucking 8 seconds left.
Yeah, you'll be watching a game. You're beating Northwestern by 15, 20, and all of a sudden you're like, I'm scrolling TikTok, and then all of a sudden you look
You're
back
down
up.
by 4.
Or like they're coming back, and you're like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah,
like
some
this
dude named Boo Booey just started
Yeah,
going
some
insane.
Booey?
No,
Thank God
what
he's gone.
What
Thank
you know
God
about
he's
Boo
gone.
Boo, dude? He was a
Thank God he's
fucking
gone,
menace
dude.
to society.
Booey.
No,
I love that
genuine,
name.
genuine
hated him.
menace
I
to
hated him, hated
society.
him.
You could hate him all you want. That's an all
He was the
pro
MSU.
name.
I think he had a winning record against MSU.
I think he did.
was the MSU killer, dude. I fucking hated that dude.
That's an all pro name. I'm sorry. That's tough.
He's on the Knicks now?
Boo Booey is on the
Yeah.
Knicks.
He's on the Knicks.
Good for him, dude.
So, with that being said,
Here we go.
Detroit Lions, Washington Commanders, Saturday, January 18th, 8 p.m. Lions, 5.5 point favorites. Or, excuse me, 8.5 point favorites.
That sounds better.
Over under set at 55 and a half.
I got one word for you. Playoffs?
This, go ahead. You're the one that had.
This is me disproving you're over. The
Okay.
Commanders ranked 30th in run defense. So Michigan Boa Constrictor via Detroit Lions, Jameer Gibbs, and David Montgomery. Yeah, buddy. We're about to have about 38, 39 minutes of time of possession.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I can understand that. Riddle me this. Are we confirmed that David Montgomery is going to play?
It doesn't matter. I mean, Jameer Gibbs can do it on
He
his
can do
own.
it by himself,
Jameer,
for sure.
Craig,
But if you have
Jamar.
Monty out of the situation, if he's still resting or injured, then you only have Gibbs, and you can run Netflix. That's totally fine. That's a very viable option. Opens up more passing plays if you want to rest Gibby.
It does.
Yeah, but you also do have
in the-
I am counting on a greasy
in the same regard.
Sam Laporta touchdown. Check down, rush 4 yards into the end zone.
He'll probably get like a play action, like 10, 15 yarder.
Yeah,
I'd be
you
happy
just
with
have to
it.
remember, like, they could, if Jameer is averaging 4 or 5 yards a carry,
5.6.
what?
Sorry, I look at his stat line.
Yeah. But I was just saying, for this game specifically, if he averages 4 or 5, his average of 5.6, that's a handoff. He's getting 5 yards, and then
Run the
you
clock down.
that's 40 seconds right there.
Do it again.
At
Run
most,
the
you can
clock
kill.
down.
Typically, you're only going to kill like 30, but still, that is every set of downs you are able to kill a minute off the clock, and just if you are marching your way down the field slowly but surely, you are killing clock. I also think we need to do that just because how explosive Jaden Daniels is with the ball in his
Keep that
hands.
motherfucker off the field.
Yeah.
You got to keep him off the field
You've
as much
got
as you
it.
can.
I definitely think that it would be to our benefit to
Yeah.
run that clock out, and it's
Yeah.
exactly what the game plan is going
It
to
is.
be.
And
if,
getting
if we choose not to, then yeah, oversitting. But I don't.
Right.
I don't see a world where we
I don't-
try to let them touch the ball.
Now that you've said it, I don't really think this game is going to be a shootout like I was expecting. My brain went Jaden Daniels versus Jared Goff. That's offense, 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 offense.
See, that's where
But you
Vegas
run
is
that
trying
clock
to trick
out,
you
it's a
with
whole
that
different game.
over under. And that's the thing. You want to kill the clock, limit the possessions that Jaden Daniels has. So then any mistake he has is then, only magnified, because if they're only getting 6 possessions in a game and he throws an interception, or they go 3 and out, or in punt, or go for on 4th down, don't get it, that's then now a possession you're taking away. And if we're doing what the offense has tended to do all season long and score on nearly every possession of the game, it's really going to put the ball in our court and be able to dictate kind of how this game is going to go, and just really control what we need to control. And I said to Tony at work earlier today, I think out of all the teams that we could have faced in the first round, this is the best warm-up for our defense,
Yeah, for
because
sure.
getting a mobile rookie quarterback in the first game of the playoffs for us is going to be a nice warm-up, because then we'll potentially, most likely, get Jalen Hurts.
Yep.
And then you're looking at any one of C.J. Stroud, Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen.
All those
So then
motherfuckers
you're just
move.
continually you're warming yourself up. You're facing mobile quarterbacks likely the whole way through the playoffs. So
For the divisional round, this is best case scenario.
yes,
Yeah.
And
I
mean,
wouldn't have wanted to play Green Bay because they're
Oh, I
fucking
would,
weird.
I
I wouldn't have wanted to play either the Rams or the Vikings because there's too much narrative to that. This is the best case scenario to get the boys warmed back in for play.
And I
Yeah.
texted
The bye week is going to benefit for injury. This is a good game.
And just from a narrative sake, I texted this in the group chat. Facing the Commanders is the best case scenario
So
because
refreshing.
on the off chance that we lose, like I'm saying, off chance, God forbid we lose.
That motherfucker better win
If we,
Rookie of the Year.
if we lost to the Rams, the Vikings, Green Bay,
that hangs over our head.
even Tampa.
Even
which
Tampa.
We wouldn't have played Tampa in this round,
Yeah.
but still, even Tampa.
like if we played those 3 teams, then we know how toxic the NFC North is.
It would hang over
It
the
would hang-
Lions' head like a fucking barbell waiting to fall.
And every single Packers fan, every single Vikings fan.
You'd
Hell,
never hear the
even
end of it.
Chicago fans would get in on it. And granted, we have the power to say "shut the fuck up" to Chicago now, because you make fucking
yeah, how's your QB doing? How many yards he throw for this year?
They won't even listen to the 1-5 in the division. Like, oh, but we still beat you.
But
1-5.
before last season, who was the last team that the Lions played in the NFC Championship game?
I know this answer. This is 1991, and we got our shit rocked in the second half.
By
Blown out.
the then Washington Redskins.
I was figuring that was the answer.
The Washington
yeah.
Redacteds.
The Washington Redacteds,
The
who
Washington
then
censored.
went on to win the Super Bowl that season against the Buffalo Bills. So
I mean, if that happens, I wouldn't be mad.
wouldn't be mad, but looking at this game, this is one of the games where I think it's really going to be a help that Anzalone is back.
Oh, for sure.
Uh,
He plays a big part in that.
And it's not a direct comparison. It's not fair to Daniels, but you'll be able to look at this game and see how much Daniels is able to move around the pocket, how much he gets out, and compare that to what Josh Allen did against us. Again, not fair to Daniels to compare
not fair.
him to the
putting him against-
MVP.
Yeah, the MVP of the league. You're comparing him to that guy.
Yeah, but again, we haven't faced many truly mobile quarterbacks this season, so that's our best comparison that we got, and that's the only comparison we have without our quarterback on defense is that game against Buffalo and how much it hurt us to not have him out there and kind of helping set guys and making sure that they are where they're supposed to be, and also just filling the voids that were not filled when he was there
For
or
sure.
wasn't there.
Yeah,
Having Anzalone back is a breath of fresh air, and it really helps take the weight off the shoulders of fans of this team, realizing how injured the defense is, because he plays such a huge part in what Aaron Glenn does to make this team successful on defense. Anzalone's a huge part of that.
Keep Anzalone in coverage. Stick Campbell on a spy on Daniels all goddamn day.
I would love that.
Campbell has a RAS score of 9.98. He is one of the most athletic linebackers you could ever have.
Holy shit.
Oh.
You stick him on Daniels and you let him fucking hit the shit out of him.
Hey,
Teach
Colby,
him not to leave that pocket.
your boy
What you
Blake
know about
Cashman
the
just
Heat?
scored.
Man, fuck Blake Cashman.
Mark my cash.
I
I'm
hate
gonna
that
smack
dude.
your phone.
Dude sold the Super Bowl for me.
What you know about the heat-seeking meat missile?
No, he fumbled it. That was definitely a fumble.
Looks like
Ruh-roh.
Also,
Anyways.
going back to game.
Sorry,
plan,
we are
is-
recording during the wild card game.
Yeah.
You gotta pay attention. It's playoffs. You guys understand.
Going back to the game plan strategy, getting those long drawn out run drives.
I want it to take 12 minutes to get down the field for a tutty.
And fuck, if we're able to hold them to a 3 and out, that tired ass defense
It's
Gotta come
coming right back.
and that's
That's
just-
where you take advantage.
and,
It's such a good
and-
game.
Yeah, and that's some of the what I've talked about in some of those Michigan games where they lost, like that Texas game,
Yep.
where Texas kept Michigan's defense on the field for like 8-7 minutes at a time, and would march down the field, and then Michigan would go 3 and out, and then Texas would turn
Right
around
back
and
out.
do it again,
Tired ass
and
defense.
it would just tire out that defense. So that's a great point, Sam. Is
Yeah.
if you're able to keep that defense out there even longer and longer and longer, and you're forcing that offense to get off the field faster and faster and faster, then that's a perfect recipe
I mean,
for
granted,
success.
For
we
sure.
do have a tired offense, but they're also fully capable of beating off height.
It's a lot easier because you also dictate the
The pace.
the momentum, the speed that the drive's going at, when and how the substitutions are coming in and out.
Yeah.
Obviously, the defense can when the offense doesn't, but you're also risking 12 men on the field at once.
2 to 3 stops, we win this game.
Facts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And not even just turnovers, just punt, turnover.
Yeah.
2 to 3 stops, we win this game.
I don't remember if I said this about
Their
the
defense ain't stopping.
the
us.
Commanders game
They're
or
not.
what. I think it might have been the Baltimore game.
B-Wags is washed.
Where
Marshawn
we
Lattimore is
fucking-
washed. They don't
We
stand a
get up
chance.
2 scores. We don't park the bus. We put it in neutral. They score. We score back. I think that's probably what the
let it
game plan's
roll.
going to be. Just run the fucking ball.
I'd be more than happy with that.
And I think honestly, I think that's probably the strategy against the rest of these offenses. Just leave their defense out there because
I don't even want to get there. I don't even want to get to a position of thinking about any game other than this one.
Well,
There is no game beyond this one until we win this one.
so
Get your hopes up. Don't get too excited. Don't get ahead of yourself. Win this fucking game. Then we talk later.
looking at the Commies Bucks game, the Buccaneers had 101 rushing yards on 25 attempts, so 4 yards per attempt.
That's a lot of rushing yards.
Part of that is, let me just double check,
They have who?
Rashad White.
Rashad White,
Bucky Irving.
Oh, Bucky Irving. Okay.
Yeah.
Rashad's the pass catching guy.
My fault.
Part of that is that was also a game of very limited possessions, and the Buccaneers. The Buccaneers is an example of what happens when you're limiting possessions and it doesn't go your way, because they had 4 possessions in the first half and they went field goal, punt, touchdown.
God.
Damn.
And then in the second half they only had 3 possessions and it went touchdown, fumble, field goal. So that's on the flip side. I think we are vastly better than the Buccaneers.
Oh yeah.
Even again, they beat us. Don't care. We're vastly
That
the
was
better
week
team.
2, and we
Yeah.
chalked it up to.
That was week 2,
Our
and
offense-
that was in the midst of Jared Goofball figuring the season out and Ben Johnson taking his time to get everything gelled together.
So yeah, that's an example of like limiting possessions. But when you punt twice, you kick 2 field goals, and you also have a turnover. That's what you can't do when you're a game with limited possessions, because
You can't have a Jared Goff looking for a check down bobbled into the hands of the Vikings type interception in
Yes.
this game. You cannot fucking do it. If there was ever a time for Jared Goofball to get locked in a goddamn closet,
That's the
this is
playoffs.
it. If you don't see a fucking option, chuck that shit sideline near a receiver. Just get the fucker out of your hands.
And I don't know exactly if
Yeah, no,
Jaden
if
Daniels
you can get
is-
some rushing yards out of it, absolutely get some rushing yards. But if you're in a situation where you're getting swarmed, your check down is covered, fucking find a place out of bounds near a route to just yug the shit. Because they're not going to call you on intentional grounding for it.
And I don't think or know if Jaden Daniels is exactly a go into hero ball kind of guy.
He did have that Hail Mary against the Bears.
I mean, that's not necessarily hero ball. I mean, is hero ball, but that's like you kind of fucking have to.
He does
like-
when he needs to.
Jaden Daniels does have already shown a hint of clutch factor.
And so, I mean, if we can, here's the thing you can do: put him in that clutch mindset, and if you just leave him there, they'll get tired and they'll fuck up. They're gonna be like, all right, I need to fucking.
We're going for it on
this
4th and 2 on our own 46.
Yeah.
Here we go.
And then
Fuck. Here's Jack Campbell at
It's
full
actually not
speed.
bad spot to go for it.
Huh?
It's actually not a bad spot to go
no,
for
that's
it.
not.
It's not. But if it's the second quarter, third quarter,
Still not
maybe.
a bad spot.
It's still not a bad spot.
No.
It's no man's land.
Anyways, with all that being said, I think it's time to do score predictions. Samuel.
So. Shit.
I got my score. No one better fucking take it.
I got it.
30. 24.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's coming to him.
27-10.
You were awfully close to mine there, Sam. I'm going 31-23.
Damn.
I'm going to believe in my hopes for hitting the over on this game, just so somebody's covering it. I'm going 42-21.
Well, I think that just about does it for the Lions part. Tony.
We're in a very awkward time, ladies and gentlemen. TikTok could be going away. And that is one of our biggest platforms of bringing content to you guys. We just, today, Monday, reached over 200 followers on the account.
We did.
It's a big milestone.
Ring, hello? Yeah, I'm famous now. Sorry. Can't take this call.
Can't talk. I'm doing big dog shit.
I want to blow up and act like I know nobody.
We love bringing content to you guys, and right now we have a huge following base on TikTok. Unfortunately, that could be going away. So, if you are following us on TikTok and enjoying the content you see, come on over to YouTube, Mittcast Sports, having a great time over here. And if TikTok does go away, whatever our social media plans are for the future, you're going to hear here first. So you're going to be able to keep up with us. You're going to be able to enjoy the content still, even if TikTok is gone. Come on over to the YouTube. We'd love to have you. We have 2 episodes a week, sometimes 3 when there's game days. It's a great time. We'd love to have you.
Yeah.
Or follow us on Twitter or X or wherever.
Yeah,
You get to
with-
see this motherfucker yelling at people.
Yeah!
Or
Twitter
Instagram.
fights, Twitter
With-
fights.
With that being said, we appreciate you being here on YouTube. Make sure you are sharing this with your friends, your family, your coworkers, your classmates.
Email it to the President of the United States.
There you go.
Dude, that would be fucking
cool.
cool.
Yeah, we really appreciate you being here. Make sure you're liking, you're subscribing. Most importantly, though, make sure you are hitting that bell.
Hit the bell.
Hold on, I got that bit, boys.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
What? Why are you
oh,
adjusting my ringer?
ding.
Lovely.
With that being said, we truly appreciate you being here. We'll catch you next time.
Phone was off.
You're a fucking shit show.